yo, yo. You already know what time it is. It's Cigars and Coffee, baby. Cigars and Coffee. And we're here for a finance meets innovation episode. And this is a all new edition as well. I got here my frat brother, Mr. Robert Franklin. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you, brother. I appreciate you for joining me here today. Because we've gotten a couple questions here lately about financial episodes, and I say, well, what perfect guy than Anoop to come and bring the people some financial information. So before we get started, though, I'd definitely love to highlight our sponsors for the day. Being Here Coffee is located 3 locations in Missouri City, Texas. Please, if you're ever in the area, go check out Being Here Coffee. Excellent coffee. And we thank you for your sponsorship for today. Now, Rob, you've touched many stages all across the world and speaking on different platforms, but I'd like to go back to the genesis. You're from Houston, right?
Yep.
Tell me about that upbringing through this beautiful city of Houston, Texas.
You know, for me, growing up with my mom and, my extended family, that starts in Southwest Houston.
Southwest. Shout out to the Southwest.
Beginning on Braeswood and then migrating over to A-League.
Okay.
That gave me a sense of grounding. I have a great extended family.
Okay.
Aunts and uncles, grandmas, that poured into me from a youth all the way and still to this day. And so by being in that environment, and also can't forget the church. My mom was deeply involved with the church, singing in the choir. And so I always had a sense of self and belief in self.
Gotcha.
By being in that household and being in that church community and family.
So when we talked before, you, much like me, we are very much rooted in our faith. When we talk about faith growing up, what did that look like? Was it going to church every Sunday? Was it going to church 4 days a week? What did that part look like?
So for myself, my mom sung in the choir.
Okay, so choir rehearsal.
So we had choir rehearsal. And then for me on Sundays, it was Sunday school and then church.
Okay.
And so, having that grounding of faith, my mom was the ultimate believer. She put all of her trust in faith, but also her actions. Wow. So how she lived her life and how she acted on Sunday was how she acted Monday through Saturday. So it was no contradiction where she told me one thing and lived in a different way.
Right.
All aligned. So for myself, seeing that, I was like, my mom has the ultimate belief. So if she believed this much, I have to believe this.
I have to. When you see that at an early age, when would you say was the age where you started to realize her faith on full display?
I would probably say like 3rd or 4th grade.
Really? Where you really just got a good understanding?
You got a good understanding of because I got baptized.
Gotcha.
And so I was always an avid reader. So reading my Bible and kind of understanding dynamics of the church. And when my mom sat within that setting. And so reading a lot and understanding really helped me kind of get that grasp of things in life in general. Like things wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But I never seen my mom complain. She just was a person who worked extremely hard.
Yeah.
Taught me great values.
Okay.
And so for myself, I was like, okay, my mom is making everything work. I never wanted for anything.
Really? Wow. So moving forward, where'd you go to high school?
So I went to 2 high schools actually.
Okay.
I went to Elsick High School, and then my mother passed away my sophomore year of high school. So I ended up living on the east side of Houston, going to North Shore.
Okay.
And I ended up graduating from Elsick. So 2 high schools, Elsick and North Shore.
Gotcha.
So it kind of seems like 2 sides of Houston.
I was about to say that was
Southwest
a complete
side of Houston,
different
east side of Houston.
Those are different dynamics as well.
So because of that, my Houston network is wide and varied.
Wow. Okay. I can see how that is a great recipe in a way, because you're getting both worlds of Houston, right? Houston is separated. If you hadn't been here yet, it's separated between the north and the south, and those never really merge. Right. So the fact that you were able to merge those in your high school days is, man, I can see how that can equip you for things.
Yeah. And because I played football,
okay,
it made it much easier.
Ooh. Yeah. And, what sport? What position did you play?
I played defensive end.
Okay.
And so because I played football, forming those relationships with people became easier.
Yeah.
Like I still have a lot of those relationships with people to this day. Because of playing football in high school. But for myself, I just wasn't a jock. So, I took AP classes.
Yeah.
Took advanced courses within that setting. So I wasn't just known as an athlete. I've always made a point to be academic as well.
Wow. So you graduate from Elsig High School. Where does your journey take you next?
So my journey takes me to Hampton, Virginia, at the illustrious Hampton University.
The illustrious, okay.
Yeah, the illustrious.
That's where we're going with that. Okay.
The standard of excellence is our motto.
You notice how these successful Black men and women who go to HBCUs, we always got to put our HBCU higher than all the rest of them, right? But that's dope, man. That's dope. So, what was your experience like at what you said the
illustrious?
I thought you were talking about Elder Watson Diggs when you said the illustrious. Okay.
The illustrious Hampton University. But so for me, Hampton was the best experience you can ask for in terms of the maturation of a young man.
Really? Explain.
I say that because I came there as a student who knew he was smart, but I had to prove myself. Both in the classroom and kind of the extra experiences there. So I ended up going to Hampton with one of my high school classmates.
Okay.
So we ended up being roommates freshman year. His name is Elijah Day. He lives in LA now, writing scripts. Okay. And so we ended up going to Hampton together. So I already had the kind of built-in bond. And so it made it easier. And I took the same method that I took in high school, in college. Yeah. Part of student government. Okay. The National Black Association of Black Accountants. So all those kind of clubs and groups helped me form relationships. But what set Hampton apart for me is our professors. I majored in banking and finance at Hampton, which was extremely challenging. Right. And so just to, get fully into the finance program, we have to pass accounting. And for a lot of people, accounting broke them. It was no mas. Yeah, no mas. And so for me, having professors that were really tough and challenging made, once I graduated from Hampton, my corporate experience to be a little bit more pleasant. Gotcha. Because I knew I had been challenged. Gotcha. And the other great thing about my university is when we had recruiting fairs, you had companies who were coming looking for students that looked like me. And so we had top Wall Street firms that I had a chance to interview with. Yeah. At Hampton, they were interviewing students that looked like me. So I never had to come out of myself to get this or get this opportunity, whether it was an internship or for a job. And I had so many classmates that, knew that area, whether it was architecture or if it was in the arts, or if they were pre-med. And so all of these folks love the industry or area or major per se. And so now when I look back, I'm seeing all these people do amazing things. And I can call them, I say, I remember. And so that cultivation, Hampton is a school of under 6,000 students. Really? But we end up having students from Chicago, from Philly, from Houston, from Dallas, from Miami,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
LA.
yeah, all
So
across
you
the US.
all across the US. And so this was a time that everybody had their own style. So if you were from DC or you were from New York, you brought your style with you. If you're from Houston like myself, we had our polo boots.
Yeah.
If you're from New York, you're
They had the
Timberland.
Tims, yeah.
And so
The Butters.
yeah. So I learned about folks from different places, their accents, their all different things, how they carry themselves.
Right.
And so it made it easier for me later in life to be around people from different places because I had already been around them in college.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's one thing that I think HBCUs as a whole, we don't get a good amount of credit for is the blessing in graduating from an HBCU and having successful people who have also graduated from that institution come back, pay it forward, come back, interview someone and say, hey, look, let me take a chance on this guy because I see him in me or I see her in me, right? So so you graduate from there and then what'd you do after that? What'd you do after that? After you graduated from that institute.
Yes. So after Hampton, I got a opportunity to go to DC and join a federal agency in their financial management program. So it was like a highly selective process where they chose 15 students from around the country to be a part of this financial management program. So took me to DC because when I was leaving Hampton, for me, it was either going to be politics or finance. And so I knew I said either Wall Street or Capitol Hill.
Really?
And so that was what stuck with me. I said, well, I'm going to be in DC, so I'm going to get to the politics thing. And so, but DC had a whole different story for me.
Gotcha. What was, when you say finance or politics, what led you towards the politics? Because I'm hearing the finance from, of course, your education, but politics, where did that come into play?
I always believed in doing well for others and being selfless. And at the same time, I was part of the Young Dems club at Hampton, where we ended up helping with John Kerry's campaign. And so for me, it was like, I can continue this in Lincoln's capital. I'm gonna be around it, so I'm gonna play a part in it.
Right. So explain a little bit about the John Kerry.
Yeah. So in 2000, I would say 2003, John Kerry was running for president of the U.S. And so he ended up wanting more support from Virginia, where Hampton was located.
Okay.
So he asked our a Democratic club, which I was a part of, to come in D.C. and kind of help out with his campaign. We did phone banking and all stuff, as students.
Yeah.
And walking and meeting other voters, potential voters, there in the Hampton Roads area. Well, this is all part of his campaign. So he asked us to come up there and help out with his campaign.
Yeah.
And we end up having kind of like a program there for John Kerry, and that's how we ended up in the Washington Post.
Wow. Achievement at a very young age. Okay. So after you get to DC, explain the dynamic or the shift in culture, right? Because you at this point you've been in Houston, you've been to the South and the North.
Yeah.
Then you go to Virginia.
Yeah.
And then DC. What things did DC teach you?
I always say I cut my teeth in DC.
I was about to say
because from a business perspective, I really understand how business was done. I had a chance to be around folks who were partners at a consulting firm that I later joined. Also, seeing folks was getting choppy. Also, was around folks who were getting their PhDs, who were pre-med students.
Really?
They were all in my social setting. So it inspired me to want more for life.
Yeah.
And I'm being around some of my college classmates who grew up there, and so I'm visiting their parents' homes and their environments, and I'm like, and there's a lot more to life.
Wow.
I've only cut a small piece of this loaf.
Ooh.
And so
of the loaf.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I was truly like ingrained into like, how can I better myself? How can I,
Gotcha.
where I am, how can I get to that next step?
Yeah.
Because in DC, everybody's moving for progression. You get on a train in the morning, everybody's reading the newspaper. So people are very informed. And so for me being a reader, I was like, oh, I found my home. Like people are just like me. They're informed. They're making things happen.
Right.
I'm right where I need to be.
Gotcha. So while in DC, what about DC channeled the next piece of your journey? What did you find in DC to take you to the next spot?
Well, in DC, what I found is I got a chance to be around Black law partners, Black financial advisors.
Okay.
And so many people had their own firms.
Right.
So seeing it was like the possibilities in my head, were endless by being around these people.
Yeah.
They were approachable. They were helpful. And I knew that, okay, if they're doing this, they came from similar environments as me, I can do this. And I can do this at a high level.
Woo! Yeah. Okay. So I see that you also got your master's from place in Louisiana.
Yeah. I received my MBA from Tulane University,
Okay.
the A.B. Freeman School of Business.
Awesome.
So I had gotten to a point in my career being, I guess you would say, middle management within investment banking and trading. And I had been told, like, hey, you need to get this MBA. Well, actually, step back. I was coming from DC.
Okay.
Had moved here to Houston.
Okay.
And had been in consulting with a premier consulting practice. And they were like, you have all this great experience. We could have you as a director, but because you don't have your MBA, we only could probably make you a manager. Your manager lines up, your experience lines up, but you need this other degree to solidify you belong in upper levels of management. So I'm like, okay, I gotta check this box. And so for me,
before you move forward, and I don't want to skip over this topic because so many of us deal with that, right? We have to go through checking these boxes that really don't exist, right?
Right.
What was the feeling when they told you, oh, you need to go check this out?
Yeah, because I had heard that from like 3 or 4 different recruiters.
Really?
And so I was like, well, I'm hearing this from all these different recruiters.
Yeah.
Where I matched the experience level of a director, but because I don't have my MBA, I need to do this. It's not. I'm not gonna let this degree stop me from reaching all of my abilities.
Gotcha.
And what I learned about myself and through the process of getting my MBA is how valuable relationships are. By getting that MBA, I was able to tap into the Tulane network, which is different than my Hampton network.
Very different culture as well.
I ended up having classmates that were already medical doctors. I had classmates who were already executives in corporate America. So extending my network by getting that MBA just helped me all around. At the same time, Tulane has one of the top 15, top 10 finance programs in the world. So I knew I was going to get that additional check mark. Okay, you already have an HBCU degree in finance, but now you have a premier finance degree from a Ivy League of the South type school.
Right.
So it checked that box again. And so it could be no question about is he capable or not.
Yeah. And me hearing that, I hear God just had that in the plan for you.
Yeah.
It was just the next step.
Yeah.
And not looking at it as if, oh well, they're just telling me, oh well, we don't want you right now because no. He was orchestrating that.
Yeah, right. And when you lean into God, he always directs things.
Yeah.
That's
Proverbs.
With that experience with Tulane, it was my first chance to visit Beijing, China. So I spent me and my
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You see how he just slid that first part in?
me and my classmates spent a whole week in Beijing, China. We met U.S. companies doing business in China.
Wow.
So again, thinking about, okay, just checking a box.
Yeah.
But this MBA degree opened up doors.
So You said Beijing, China. A young man that's getting his MBA at Tulane. How does Beijing, China come into the picture, bro?
Yeah. So the capstone to our MBA program required international travel. So we had a couple different spots to choose from. We had Beijing, China, Paris, France, and then Chile. And so for me, I was like, I can go to Paris anytime.
Yeah.
Chile, okay.
Right.
Beijing, China, it's like not many people go there. So this is gonna be a different experience. For me, you know, whether it's seeing the Great Wall or seeing people do business there in China. So I leaned into that rather than doing something that's like comfortable going to Paris.
Yeah. How was that experience?
Man, it was amazing because, you know, you hear about different places, but you actually see it and be around it. It unlocks so many, you know, again, I always say on the word possibilities, but it unlocks like different thoughts.
Got you.
So I've seen like Beijing in real time. I've seen, you know, the universities there. I've seen the Great Wall of China. I've seen Tiananmen Square. I've seen their business district. So it was no for me. Now when I watch TV,
right?
I've really been there. It's like what I've heard and what people have told me.
Right. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Beijing?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's when I realized, man, people in China are experiencing luxury too. There, because we were staying on the Waffle Jing area, which is the business district in China.
Yeah.
So, you know, I see all the nice designer stuff. I've seen folks in there. So the perception in people's mind of like China being like poor, no, that's not the case.
Not the case at all. And that's the beautiful thing about traveling, which I'm sure we'll get to as well, is places in Africa. I hadn't been to Africa yet. I've been to Italy, Dubai, and all these places, but it's going to places and seeing the stuff that we see on the media about these places are...
You get a small narrative.
A very small narrative.
And for me, my first big trips were to Africa because I was like, man, I go to Europe.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to Europe.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's doing. I'm always trying to shift away from the crowd.
Dude, the main conversation with me and my wife when it comes to planning a trip is who's all going there and who's already been there.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the same experience that everybody has had. Right?
Yeah.
And to that point, it makes the experience when you do go somewhere that is less traveled, it makes that experience a lot more enjoyable and you learn a lot.
So when I visited South Africa, I'll say it was 2013. It was before kind of like it became cool to go to South Africa. But when I got there, I was like, oh, they've been hiding this from us. Because literally in South Africa, man, you have cities like Cape Town, like I say it's like Miami. You have Durban, which is kind of like a beach town. Then you have some of the other right there in the middle. Can't even think of it. Look at that city.
All I know is Cape Town.
Joburg or Johannesburg.
Oh, Johannesburg.
Johannesburg is like a city. It could be like a city like Houston, and that is very cultured, music, fashion, business being done. It's right next to the capital city in South Africa, and I remember getting into the taxi, and even in the airport, they were playing Drake and some other music. So I immediately felt at home.
Wow.
When I got there was like, I didn't feel really any difference in terms of like the way they live and do business and their culture than being here in the U.S.
Gotcha.
And so I remember telling some of my friends, I gotta come check this out.
You gotta come check it out.
And so then they have the wine region in South Africa.
Really?
So they have vineyards, so they have a special blend called Pinotage, which is their own blend of wine.
Okay, I've heard Pinot Noir, but not...
Yeah, Pinotage is...
Pinotage.
So that helped with my palate in terms of knowing about, okay, this type of wine is from South
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
And I remember going to a city south of Cape Town
Mm-hmm.
called George and Neisner. When you see those places,
Mm-hmm.
they're breathtaking.
Gotcha.
The beaches are beautiful. You have homes on side of mountains, then the beach is right down below. And so you were like, man, I thought South Africa and stuff like this was destitute and horrible. Why you do have
Can't get a kid fed. Just the most.
why you do have that in some of the townships.
Right.
But that's not all it
That's
is.
not
too.
all it is too.
And you have Black people there that are doing extremely well.
Yeah. Awesome. So now that we've talked about the traveling aspect of Rob, what is seen you speak at many different locations.
Well,
let's talk about what led to those speaking engagements and what those experiences were like.
Well, I have to kind of go back to being in investment banking and trading.
Okay.
So leaning into my finance experience, I first started like writing and learning about kind of Bitcoin and crypto. I'm gonna say 2015, 2016. And so when I get attached to a topic, I'm a voracious reader. I'm gonna read everything. I'm gonna find anything I can.
Right.
And so again, using my finance and then putting it into the kind of the crypto blockchain world, I start learning as much as I can. And so me and another colleague ended up writing a paper about it internally at my former bank.
Okay.
And with that, I was like, I need to learn a little bit more about this topic. And so I made it my duty to learn as much as I can. Then I started getting involved with various groups.
Okay.
And from my own practice, RFS Consulting in 2021.
Congratulations.
And
true achievement.
Yeah, we initially started focusing on CFTC registered investment banks, and then around 2022, 2023, made a shift toward crypto and blockchain and servicing those institutions and entities who want to get involved with that. And because I had invested in some startups, I started getting on a couple platforms.
Okay.
And then people hear about, he knows this area, he knows finance, and he invests in startups.
Crypto and blockchain, that's hot ticket items. Huh?
Yeah, he knows about those areas. So I started being on those platforms.
Gotcha.
And then I started doing a little bit more kind of writing about those topics. And then name spreads. He said, he knows something about this topic.
Yeah.
So one thing led to another.
Wow.
And then here lately, I've had my own events. So in March of this year, I had my crypto policy event in DC. So I had crypto policy makers, myself, and somebody from a crypto ETF fund on my stage in DC, because I was like, if I don't create this, who will? And I can't wait on other people to buy in. I have to do it myself.
So let's backtrack. African American, Houston, Texas.
Yep.
Goes out, gets a degree, goes out, get a master's degree, and is leading the charge in crypto spaces. Salute to you, brother.
Thank you.
Salute to you, man. That is that's pretty special. That's pretty special. So how would you say that event in March went?
It went extremely well because I had about 50 people in the room.
Wow.
But those 50 people in the room were decision makers. So a lot of things have come as a result of having that event. Relationships have formed.
Yeah.
People was like, you had that in DC? From beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And so it just led to more credence. Because people want to see you already doing the thing. They don't want to see you asking for permission.
They don't want the idea.
They don't want the idea. They want to see you actually do it. And so as a result of having that event in DC and having those policymakers, we were thought leaders and talking about these things that now have become actual drafted and signed off federal legislation.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So back up a little bit. When you went to Cape Town for your speaking engagement,
Yeah.
what did you go to speak about? How was that experience?
Yeah. So going to Cape Town was my second time. It was my third time in South Africa.
Wow.
So I had already been familiar with Cape Town
Mm-hmm.
prior to that. But we spoke about VC investing into blockchain and crypto. And so I was tailoring my talks around that concept about investing into African startups who focus on crypto and blockchain.
African startups.
Yes. So startups based in Africa who have concepts and technology around crypto and blockchain. And so I was bringing the U.S. perspective to the continent around crypto and blockchain. So it was a great experience. We also participated in the ETH, which is Ethereum Cape Town hackathon. So a hackathon is where you have a lot of coders who get together and work on various concepts.
Gotcha.
It's called the Web3 Node Conference.
Okay. So when we talk about you starting in this crypto blockchain, I know you said you delve heavy into the research of it. Were there any challenges? Because we love to hear the success stories, right?
Yeah.
But we also, I think it's important for people who are getting into this space to also hear about some of the trying times or the failures. What are some of the I hit my head on this?
Yeah.
From learning this.
So for me, I don't necessarily give investment advice about whether you should invest in crypto or not. What I can say, I've always been in the risk professional space. So it's about evaluating the risk and your risk tolerance before indulging into any investment.
Okay.
So for me, kind of the challenge was I was very early. So I'm telling families and friends about this concept, and I sound crazy.
Now they got a whole crypto arena now.
But when you're early on things and concepts, you sound like what is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
And so it's like now with the change in administration and change in laws,
Right.
everything is like catching up to what I've been talking about for over 7 or 8 years. And so sometimes you have to like let time catch up to what you're speaking about or doing. And God will put it all and even it all out.
I imagine that has to be challenging.
Yeah.
It's like seeing the future and the rest of the world is like, oh, well, man, that dude tripping.
Yeah.
And now it's, oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
And as I remember distinctly telling my family, hey, you need to like just get one,
Just get one.
This is not investment advice.
Yeah,
I'm telling my family, this is 2015, 2016. Like just get one. But again, for a new concept, it's hard for people to wrap their heads around it. Now they're seeing, different websites, they're seeing commercials, they're seeing all these people getting on these, various channels talking about this stuff. But for me, what sets me apart and what sets my firm apart, like I have a understanding and background in banking and finance. I've worked in investment banking and trading. I worked on the regulatory side of Dodd-Frank regulation.
Yeah.
I've studied this. I've been a part of this. I've worked on Wall Street. I've actually done these things in real time. I'm not a person who's giving like classes and things of that nature.
And you're not getting your information from YouTube University.
No. I've taken time to study these things.
Yeah. That is awesome. So you have your firm RFS.
Yeah.
I want to know what else you got your hands in nowadays, brother. What's now and what's the future?
So we have the lifestyle brand Maison Patchouli, which will focus on champagne and everything of the exquisite lifestyle. When you think about apparel, all those things.
I see the drip. I see the drip.
All those things that folks of a certain taste and palate can indulge in.
Wow.
And so we have some things coming
Okay.
on the apparel side, and of course on the champagne side. So stay tuned.
Okay. Well, if you ever need a model or anything for some apparel, I can throw on a little bit of something.
Right.
And I love a great champagne, a wine, or what have you. So now, what all jokes aside, Nuke, you already know whatever I can do to help in any way possible, just let me know.
Yeah. And then next year, look forward to the book that I have coming. So we're in the early stages.
Wait a minute, is this an exclusive?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So we have a book coming.
Okay.
We're in the early stages. So hopefully by Q2, Q3 next year, we can have this book, and it's to help break down some of the information's barriers around this kind of crypto and blockchain ecosystem. And so, folks, stay tuned. We also have the newsletter, the RFS DeFi Risk Intelligence Weekly, which gives folks, it's at a technical level, but it also gives educational terms so folks can learn along the way. So I ask all of you to subscribe to RFS DeFi Risk Intelligence Weekly. It's a weekly publication, and then we also have our website and our LinkedIn.
Awesome.
So I want RFS to be a resource for institutions who are thinking about indulging into this space.
Wow. Well, as we get ready to wrap it up, could you please let them know where all they can find the website, where all they can find your information?
Okay.
Please, because this is something that we don't want to keep missing the boat. Right.
Yeah, and we're at a critical juncture in terms of people talk about the wealth gap and things of that nature. Like, this crypto and blockchain ecosystem is another opportunity for us to participate, not be bystanders. So I would say first, get educated, then take a risk-adjusted approach. Then find opportunities where there's various applications where you can learn and take opportunities to make your first investment something. But again, not investment advice. And so take advantage of all the resources. We have RFS Consulting Global, which is for our institutional grade risk management. We have our YouTube channel, RFS Consultancy. And then we have, of course, a newsletter. And so these are the things and outlets that we have. And we have our X account, which is RFS Crypto DeFi. And just follow me on those platforms, or check me out on LinkedIn. We have some more white papers and other technology coming. And so that's where we at.
Well, so with this lifestyle brand, is there any way possible that we can maybe get a part 2?
Yeah, most definitely. The part 2 will focus more on the lifestyle brand.
Okay.
Just so folks can understand.
Yeah.
Maison Patchouli is about the luxury mindset, the prestige, the exclusivity, the craftsmanship. It always matters to tap into heritage.
Yeah.
And so what Maison Patchouli is doing is tap into those things. So again, we have the apparel. We're working on the luxury champagne that's coming. That it's real champagne. It's not Prosecco. It's not Cava. It's
Muscat.
Really, it's the real deal. And so that's what we're focused on in part 2.
Oh,
you have me back.
Aye, it's done. Signed, sealed, delivered, baby. Brother Franklin, it was an absolute pleasure sitting with you today, man. Hearing all of the successes that you've had in your career up to this point, and all the things that you have going forward. And true achievement is all it is, man. True achievement. So, I appreciate you for joining me today, brother.
Likewise. And I know this platform is going places.
Wow.
And I can see you on the stage somewhere.
Oh, hey, I receive it, God. I receive it. I receive it. Well, look, you heard it here from my frat brother. Brother Franklin, I really appreciate it. Nigga.
Likewise.
All right.
Yeah.
Until next time, it's D McKnight, Miss Cigars and Coffee. Y'all be blessed. Peace.